Hi, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your March 16th to the 31st, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Those are all the things that YouTube really likes it that you do, and it helps me out tremendously to get seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Okay, perfect. So we're crowned here with the Fool reversed, meaning that there's something that we want to be going towards, but we're very apprehensive to be able to do so. There's almost a sense of where we're holding ourselves back, and we're holding ourselves back because of fear. It moves us to the Strength card, which is strong Leo energy coming through. So if you have Leo in your chart, if you're born on the cusp with Leo, if you have Leos in your life, you might find that you're not necessarily getting along with them as well as you would like to. And you might find this part of your personality to be a bit pushy, or this person to be a bit pushy, kind of that sense of might equals right sort of thing. It moves us then to the Six of Wands reverse. We're not celebrating ourselves. Why? Because we don't feel like we're where we should be. We're very hypercritical with ourselves, and that's going to be something that holds us back and keeps us from moving forward in the direction that we want to be. This is like having a really bad boss, except it's our own internal voice that's our really bad boss, or we could actually have a really bad boss. So just be aware of this. It moves us then to the universe. Our world is starting to open up. We're starting to look at things more outside, more externally, and that's going to be very good for us. And it moves us then to the Four of Wands. This is slowing it down. Like, as much as the world is opening to us, we can start to say, well, why not this? Why not that? Looking at things in a much more, Spirit is saying, forgiving way, in a much more open way. We also now need to take care of our sleep, take care of the awakening of ourselves, knowing that we have our armor on. I mean, we do. We have a sense of like we're doubling down, we're locking down. Even when we go to sleep, we're not relaxed. Because if you see here, she has her armor on, right? Her tent is held up by swords. She's protecting herself completely. And we can be protecting ourselves completely. And we need to understand that about us. We have the dog right here by our head. That's Spirit connecting with us. There's a lot of messages that we're going to be downloading through our dreams from the spirit world, from, from our angels. And this is going to be a time where it'll be really easy not to listen to it because we're so busy, we're so focused on other things. And there's a part of us that needs to awaken. It's the intuitive part of us, and say, you know what, it's okay for everything not to be based in logic, for everything not to be so rigid, but to open up and have a bit of grace for myself in the way that I want to move forward. So that's going to be a very big thing and a very good thing for us during this time. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a shamrock in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on Sunday. So good luck to everyone. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Here we have adventure. We want an adventure, yet we are afraid of jumping forward in the way that will bring us this adventure. We're not afraid about going and doing. No, we're being more than happy to fill up the minutes of our days with something exciting to go and do. But the adventure that starts from within, the adventure that starts in opening up the doors for ourselves and our spirit and our soul, those are going to be the things that we're just a little bit more apprehensive about. We're a little bit scared, and that's okay. Everybody's allowed to be scared. We tend to think once we hit a certain age we can never be scared again, or I should just kind of like buck it up and do it sort of deal. And fine, okay, that's one approach. But being kind to yourself and slowing it down and saying, I want an adventure. And maybe the adventure you want, isn't like, going out into outer space, kind of, Firefly, cowboys in space type of thing. Maybe it's a gentler adventure. Maybe it's an adventure of your soul or an adventure of your heart. But looking and saying, what is it that I want? What is it that's intrinsically important to me? And how do I open up that door? That's a big deal. And that's a huge part of us during this time. It moves us to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. This is clarity, the third eye chakra. Slowing down and listening to our intuitive self is going to help open up the doors of clarity. the third eye is opening, and we're going to have a tendency not to want to listen to it. It's like, nope, I got this, don't worry. But here with clarity in the upright position, it's like, listen to your third eye. Listen to the visions that are coming your way. You might have intrusive negative thoughts. Okay. Talking to a doctor, talking to a therapist, talking to friends and family, and knowing that you're not alone, that's huge. Okay. Especially if you're ADHD or you have some sort of neurodivergency, that's a really big thing. But here, moving forward in clarity of soul and what we desire, and a sense of how do I open up that door and how do I step into myself, that is important. And the clarity that's coming to us is going to be like that droplet of clarity through a chaos of, like, through a storm. So it can be hard to see, but we need to slow down and center. We need to slow down and see, because this constant go, go, go that we're really going to be into during this time, it's not necessarily going to be good for us. Our energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the Three of Swords, heartbreak, pain, and disappointment. The Three of Swords is when we have a wound, and we need to acknowledge that wound. We've had three really big ones that have come forward that have, brought us to our knees, or three really big themes that the wounds keep happening around. And this is going to be a time where we can be struck down. We can be. We can really sit there and say, nope, can't do this, can't move forward this way, my dreams are over type of thing, because our heartbreak is coming through too strongly. We're feeling too much, and we want to just shut it down so that we don't have to feel. And what Spirit is saying is, no, embrace the feeling, embrace the fear, look at what needs to be seen. Again, if we need to see somebody or talk with somebody, do so, to be able to open up the door and say, okay, now I can move forward for me. Okay, now I see me. Because this fear is going to come in, and it can come in just kind of like a wrecking ball and sideswipe you. It's not cool, but it's how it works. So just be mindful about this. There's a leap of faith that we need to do. There is something that we need to go after. But I see this now. I always forget. Paradis? I always forget how to pronounce his name in Welsh, because it's a Welsh name. And those names are tricky. So here, the story behind Paradis is that he was the only son left to his mother, who, was a noble lady, and all her children and her husband were unalived. I guess that's what we're calling it now here on YouTube, because they were knights. So she said, no, you're not going to become a knight. You have to stay with me. And he didn't even know what knights were. She kept him so protected. And then one day he's off in the forest playing, and she even had a law that no knights could come upon her land. And so he's off in the forest playing, and he stumbles upon these knights who are lost. And they say, boy, tell me the way out of this forest, and the way to King Arthur's court. And so he tells them, but he makes them tell him what they are, because the instant that he sees them, he's like, that's it. That's what I'm meant to be. He goes home and he packs up his bags and he tells his mother, I'm going to go become a knight. And she's like, no, that is the one thing I never wanted you to be. I forbid it. And he says, I'm going anyway. There is something here with this reversed where it's like, I forbid it. And it doesn't have to be somebody externally telling us this. It's internally, like, no, you can't do that. And the question is why? Now, the answer could be because I'm keeping you safe. Now, don't do anything reckless and silly. But here, it's like, I need to take that leap of faith. It might be scary. It might be scary, like starting, to write that, whatever that you want to do, that screenplay, or, doing whatever it is that like, it's just getting out of your comfort zone is what it is. And it's taking that leap and moving you forward. And that's what we need to do during this time. And that's what we're afraid to do. It could be going to a dance class. It could be, watercolors or art lessons, or, whatever it is that you want to do. But you're afraid, like, oh, I'll look foolish. It's like, why would you look foolish? Everybody is a beginner all the time. Everybody has to start somewhere. So here we have that fear, that sense of, I'm going to be a fool. And yeah, you might make a fool of yourself while you're learning. But then as you get better and better and better, you then become the master. You then become the skilled. And it moves us then to strength reversed. And with strength reversed, this is very pushy energy. I just heard naggy energy too. So, take that as you may. But there is an energy that's coming forward, and it's like, it has to be just like this. It has to be just like this. And here, you're going to find that your strength is coming from the heart, is calming things down, is centering yourself. But that's going to be opposite to the way that you want to do it. You want to push things forward in a very certain way. You want to follow very certain rules, but those rules have a tendency not to be very clear. So just being mindful about this during this time. With the Six of Wands, this is a bad boss, okay? We could be having a bad boss who's very dictatorial, who super, micromanages everything. So be mindful about that, or a person in our life like that who really is like the head honcho of things. With the Six of Wands reversed, you're not celebrating yourself. You're not celebrating you. And that's a problem because this is your life. This is your time. It doesn't mean you'll always get it right? But you do have to celebrate you and say, you know what? Job well done. Might not be the best, right? But there's always tomorrow, and job well done. The universe is opening to us. We are opening to us. The door is opening in a way that we hadn't imagined it could. And this is going to be a time for us where we start to say, why not? We do want to go. We do want to do. We want to be in the middle of everything. But we have to also start to say, in the middle of everything also gets to be in the middle of my dreams, in the middle of what I desire, in the middle of the way that I get to move forward for me. And it's not filling the unforgiving minutes with nonsense. It is sitting there and saying, this is important to me. This is how I need to move forward. This is how I'm opening the door. We need to rest. We need to take care of ourselves and listen to the message that Spirit is giving us. We have our armor on. We're in protection mode. Okay? That's fine. But we have to realize that because we're not getting good night sleeps. We're not taking care of ourselves. We're stressed out. And that can lead to, just mindless scrolling on the phone instead of doing what we know we need to do. So this is a time where we need to rest. We need to honor our rest, honor our quiet time, and do quieter things. Slow things down. That is going to be important. Our subconscious spirit message is compassion reverse. We're not going to be very compassionate to ourselves. With the strength card reverse, that is absolutely obvious. We are not going to be compassionate to us. It is going to be go and do. And if you can't do it, what the heck is wrong with you? So here, just be mindful that that energy and that response to things where, well, just buck it up, sunshine, type of deal is going to be what we kind of gravitate towards hearing, because it's going to be mirroring our mental thoughts. So just our internal thoughts. So just be aware of that. And those are also subconscious thoughts. Our subconscious spirit message is divine wisdom reversed. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. This is a time where we are going to be learning a lot, but for one reason or another, we're not connecting. It's almost like, well, that's silly. Oh, that's silly. And Spirit's like, why is the information I'm giving to you silly? And why is the information that doesn't matter valid? So just be aware of this. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the sun reverse. There's happiness here, right? But it's on pause. And you might be saying, okay, when will it be off pause? Because it has been on pause forever and ever and ever. Fair. Fair enough. But here with the sun reversed, we need to be mindful because that big, bright, happy, shiny moment is pushed off in time. And we're beginning to think it'll never happen. It will happen. It will. It might not be, red carpet, everybody screaming our names type of way. It can be quiet and it can be beautiful. It can be more mundane and it can be meaningful. And that is going to be a very important thing for us during this time. To be happy with the quiet, to be happy with the gentle. And that's going to be a big thing. Because the sun reverse is also that thing that we think doesn't need attention. It needs attention. That person that always, can handle themselves, or we're always like very stoic and I can do it all myself. And that's great. But we're kind of like that little kid who says, I can do it. But when you help them and they see the right way, it's like, oh, that's how you do it. So we need to be kind to ourselves because you're being a little bit too harsh. Also, Leo is represented by the sun, is ruled by the sun. So just be mindful about this as well. Okay, spotlight energy. Our subconscious tarot message is the Two of Swords. There's a different path opening up. It's not what we expected. We have to do things in a different way than what we're doing. We're going to be a little bit rigid with ourselves. It's like A or B. It has to be just like this. And we forget about all the other letters in the alphabet. We forget about all the other paths that can be walked. And that is going to be important to be like, oh, well, why not this? And why not that? And why not question this? And why not look at that? So yeah, just be aware. Just be aware here, Virgo. All right. All right, Virgo, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.